woman invited you up in her house thinking that you was an artist and you was coming there to steal her husband, Alicia Keys? Because I know who made you post that post. We both know.
Seems like Jaguar Wright, known for spilling all the industry tea, just went off on Alicia Keys. She's dropping some wild claims about the singer, talking about cheating, messing with people's heads, and starting personal beefs. Jaguar didn't hold back when she went off about Alicia. She straight up said that she was hooking up with Swizz Beatz while he was still hitched. Wright accused Keys of having a thing for other women's men, causing all kinds of chaos. She claims Alicia snatched Swizz Beatz from his wife. That woman invited you up in her house thinking that you was an artist and you was coming in to steal her husband, Alicia Keys. You effing goofy witch. Wright didn't stop with her accusations here. She brought up a guy named Antonio Gordon, saying both she and Keys had dated him.
He told me all about you. He was so afraid. He was so afraid to get involved with another artist.
According to Jaguar, Keys treated Gordon in the most horrible way, leaving him completely messed up. In her rant, she also hinted that Alicia's actions were influenced by Clive Davis, a big shot in the music biz. And actually, Alicia seems to be rather close to Clive, especially when something terrible is happening in the music world. She was the one to offer him a shoulder to cry after the demise of Whitney Houston. According to Jag, Keys is in cahoots with the industry's biggest figures, and she's just a part of the wicked world where artists are pushed to do stuff that fits the agenda of the powerful. But you know Jaguar Wright. When she's targeting someone, she jumps both feet in and exposes the shadiest truth that often makes her a target of the elites.
That has to be a common problem for them to need to go that far.
So apparently, it's Alicia's turn to be exposed. And folks, the secrets that Jaguar has been keeping about her are shady. Wright didn't just single out Keys. She suggested other artists have sold out for fame and power too. For instance, she mentioned how Tevin Campbell, once a rising star under Quincy Jones' mentorship, suddenly faded from the spotlight. Some say Quincy Jones, who helped kickstart Tevin's career, might have also played a part in his downfall. Jaguar boldly accused Quincy of shady dealings, including turning young talents into intimate workers, with Tevin supposedly being one of them. How does a boy with a voice like that had the records that he had, that could have easily transformed into one of the greatest male vocalists of all time, end up selling himself for substances and change on Hollywood Boulevard? How does that happen with a gift like his? You see, Jag was never one to shy away from spilling celebrity secrets. And apparently, knowing that she's being targeted by the elites after her recent exposure of Diddy and Jay-Z, she's adamant to go after other bigwigs.
I don't worry about nothing. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
It looks like Jaguar is becoming a beacon of hope in the sea of darkness and creepy dealings, and folks on social media aren't actually surprised to hear another explosive truth about celebs. As one person commented, more creepy people doing freaky stuff. And another user added, Jag is doing God's work and all lies will be exposed no matter what. And if you check what's happening in Tinseltown, you may understand why Jag is so adamant to speak out. There's been a lot of talk about shady stuff happening behind the closed doors in Hollywood recently. Rumor has it that powerful people push young artists into relationships to boost their careers in Hollywood.
You're very adamant that no one's ever gonna find out who you are, no one's ever gonna see you.
And we're not just talking about nobodies. Big celebrities are caught up in these stories. Let's talk about Quincy Jones for a sec. The list of his alleged victims includes not only Tevin Campbell, but there's Tupac, and even Will Smith, who got his first role on TV after private audition at Quincy's house. There's still buzz that maybe Will Smith did a personal favor for Quincy to get his big break. And get this, there are rumors he's doing the same thing to other young actors now, when he's the star. There's been a talk in Tinseltown that Smith may be a power slave, doing whatever it takes to climb the celebrity ladder.
What it meant to have energy in the world that was...
And here's just one recent episode to prove that. Remember the talk about that infamous Oscar slap Will Smith hit Chris Rock on live TV? While there were some wild theories, most people agreed that Will's act was a straight breachment of all rules and codes of behavior, and only few folks like Cat Williams paid attention to might be lurking underneath this story, agreeing with those who have been trying to prove that the whole thing was staged. While the whole episode looked quite obvious for ordinary people, Chris Rock said some mean stuff about Will Smith's wife, Jada, and apparently hurt her feeling with his insensitive joke, so the Men in Black actor jumped to his spouse's protection.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, all right?
Now, here's where the story gets really juicy. Some folks are whispering about this whole Oscars thing being a staged operation put together by none other than the industry itself. Now, Cat Williams claims that both Will and Chris are senior members of this secret group of elites, and they've been doing exactly what it was necessary to keep the ratings up.
Collaborative. So for when Will Smith speaks. Will Smith is not the giant that he is.
But here's another example of what's happening in Hollywood that many folks tend to overlook. You must know that Dwayne Martin and Will Smith are considered best friends, and the rumors about them being way closer have been swirling since the dawn of time. Apparently, as Dwayne's friend Lisa Ray McCoy once spilled, it was Will Smith who began the fruity chain and turned his best friend Dwayne into a men-loving person, and there was nothing in this story, women.
That. But the last straw was just the lot of shenanigans, that's not honest. And
the couple of alleged lovers met on the set of the sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And folks, that's the role who got thanks to Quincy. Coincidence much? Dwayne Martin made a short appearance on the show and was playing one of Will character's poker buddies in the season 4 episode, It's Better to Have Loved and Lost It. Despite his short appearance on the show, Dwayne managed to become good friends with Will Smith, and there were even speculations that these two spent too much of their time together. In 2012, tabloids began posting information about their alleged affair. It was reported that Will and Dwayne enjoyed their vacations and outings together, and some witnesses saw them going out with each other more frequently when they appear in public with their wives. As one source revealed after spotting a couple of actors in a restaurant, Will and Dwayne definitely looked very close. It was clear Will and Dwayne both arrived and left together. As Lisa Ray confirmed for the Hollywood circles, it was not much of a secret, and basically everyone knew about Will and Dwayne's bromance with benefits.
I will say that he was with him. Definitely, I know that he was with him a lot of times.
But here's when all the dots are connected. You know that thing with Will and Diddy, right? There was this whole bromance buzz, especially when Diddy swooped in at the 2022 Oscars to smooth things out. He tried to keep it chill between Chris Brown and Chris at the Gold Party. Rumors are swirling that Will and Diddy might be mixed up in some shady stuff, kind of like what went down with Brycia Gray. Let me break it down for you. So Brycia was the star of Empire, looking like he was gonna be the next big thing. But then he disappeared from the scene, and here's where it gets juicy. Rumor has it, he got pushed out by none other than Will Smith.
He's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline.
Will and Diddy pulled Brycia into these freak-offs, promising him career boosts in return. The young actor went along for a bit, but then decided he'd had enough. Brycia wanted out of their so-called freak-offs, and that didn't sit well with the big shots. There was even talk that Brycia was thinking of filing a lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of similar things that Cassie did. But suddenly, rumors started swirling about fallout between Brycia and the big shots. Supposedly, Will and Diddy weren't too happy about the young man's exit and allegedly used their influence to blacklist him for escaping their mentorship games. But that's exactly what Jaguar has been saying for years.
Speak when it's necessary. Say what needs to be said. Do what needs to be done.
Now, it all may turn pretty nasty if more witnesses and victims of the wicked Hollywood games come forward with their truth. Even with the inevitable downfall of Diddy, a lot of folks are still scared to go against the bigwigs, and Jag remains the only voice of truth getting mad respect from many fans. As one person wrote, "Gotta love her for speaking out when everyone else looked away. Kudos, Jag!" And another user added, "She's such a breath of fresh air and speaks so much truth, and I hope they never manage to silence her. We need more of her around." It seems like the messy drama of lies and manipulations has taken over Hollywood, and Jaguar is among the only voices speaking the truth in this darkness. But folks, what do you think about this? Are Jaguar's words about the industry again on point? And do you believe what she's saying? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos.